is not given, he has to bring the proportionate capital. Fine, we did question number 65. You can try question number 87 and 87 and 88. I hope you must have tried. He has to bring capital equal to the share for which he is being admitted into the firm. Fine. And the second case, when the capital of the new partner is given, how much capital he is bringing is given, and the partners of the capital of the old partners to be adjusted on the basis of new partners' capital. It can be through current account or it can be through capital account. We did question number 78 and 79. One was through cash account, adjustment was done through cash account, and another was through current account. Fine. And then capital of the new partner is not given. He has to bring a fraction or a percentage. You have to differentiate between the first case and the third case. In the first case, he is going to bring, suppose he is coming for 1/5 share. So he has to bring 1/5 of the total capital of the firm. We were finding the total capital, but in the third case, he is not going to bring the proportionate share. He is going to bring the fraction or the percentage that will be given in the question of the total adjusted capital, not the total capital of the firm. It will be total adjusted capital of the old partners. Fine. And the fourth is a combination of 1 and 2. Let's see question number 94 first. Now, this is the balance sheet of X and Y, and Z is admitted as a partner. X and Y share profits in the ratio of 3:2, and the following terms of admissions are agreed upon. Fine. So let us first mark the items to be distributed from the balance sheet. You can see general reserve and workman compensation reserve. So general reserve has to be distributed, and we have to be careful about the distribution of workman compensation reserve. Fine. Revaluation. I would like you to try the revaluation account. The revaluation of assets, building 18,000, stock at 16,000, and workman compensation liability on account of workman compensation reserve is 2,000. So there are just two items that have been revalued. Fine. And Z has brought in as a share of goodwill 10,000 in cash, and Z was to bring in further cash as would make his capital equal to 20% of the combined capital of X and Y after above revaluation and adjustments are carried out. That means 20% of the adjusted capital. He is not going to bring 20% of the capital of the firm. He is going to bring 20% of the adjusted capital of X and Y. And the new profit sharing ratio is also given to us. So the first step, we have to calculate the sacrificing ratio and the revaluation account. I would like you to calculate the revaluation account profit and the sacrificing ratio. Quickly, the revaluation account is a small one in this case. Hardly two adjustments are there. Yes, I want you to calculate the revaluation account profit quickly and the sacrificing ratio. Shanjali, entries are correct. Calculate the profit and distribute the profit. What about others? Revaluation account should be clear by now. We have done so many questions where revaluation account, the process of making the revaluation account is same. The only difference, the only thing is that we have to see how the capital adjustment is to be done. Yes, correct. Answer is correct, Divit and Shanjali. Yes, let's. Z's here is old ratio is 3:2 and the new profit sharing ratio is 2:2:1. Fine, it is 2:2:1. So my sacrificing ratio is old ratio minus new ratio. So it's only X who is sacrificing in this case. So the total amount, the whole amount of goodwill will be goodwill brought in cash by the new partner will be transferred to X capital account. Fine, revaluation account, building has been revalued at 18,000. So building, the value of the building has increased. Increase is recorded on credit side. Journal entries, building account debited to revaluation account. And then stock has been valued at 16. The value of stock has also increased by 4,000. So the total profit is 14,000, which has been distributed in the ratio of 3:2. Revaluation account was too simple in this case. Now we have to make partners capital account. Balance brought down of X and Y is given. We will distribute the reserves first. General reserve of 16,000 has been distributed in old profit sharing ratio. Workman compensation reserve. Yes, how much workman compensation reserve will be distributed amongst the partners? Will it be 4,000 or 2,000? How much workman compensation reserve will be distributed amongst the partners? 4,000 or 2,000 or nil? I'm giving you the options as well. How much workman compensation reserve? 4,000 is not the correct answer, children. We have created a liability of 2,000. That means 2,000 will be distributed amongst the partners. 2,000, those who have given the 2,000 answer, that is correct. 1,200 and 800. This is in old profit sharing, again in old profit sharing ratio. Fine. Premium for goodwill will be transferred to X capital account because he's the one who is only sacrificing. Fine, then revaluation account profit we calculated 8,400 and 5,600 has been transferred. Now, as you see, balance carried down of X and Y, there was no item on the debit side. So this total is the balance carried down. Now the capital to be brought in by Z is not given, and it is given that he's going to bring 20% of the combined capital of X and Y after the revaluation account and all the adjustments. Even if it is not given like this, it was given 20% of the adjusted capital. Adjusted capital means after the distribution of reserve, premium for goodwill, revaluation account, whatever we have, whatever adjustments we have to done at the time of reconstitution, after doing that, that means this balance carried down. So it has to be, Z has to bring 20% of 39,200 plus 20,800. It is simple to calculate. Yes, this comes out to be 60,000 and Z is going to bring 20% of 60,000, that is 12,000. Z is going to bring 20% of 39,200 plus 20,800. So Z is going to bring 12,000. In the first case that we discussed, in which we have to calculate the Z has to bring proportionate capital. There we used to convert this adjusted capital to capital of the firm. We used to first find out the capital of the firm on the basis of old partners, and then we used to find out the capital to be brought in by Z. But here we are simply calculating 20% of capital, adjusted capital of X and Y. So it is simpler than that, but we have to be careful that what kind of adjustment has been asked in the paper. So simple, we calculated he was supposed to bring 20% of 39,200 plus 20,800, that comes to 12,000. Let's look at the balance sheet quickly. Cash in hand will definitely change. 9,000 plus 12,000 cash capital plus 10,000 premium for goodwill. It will come out at 31,000. Yes, very good, Kunal and Soham. You're doing quickly. Fine. Sundry debtors, there was no change in the debtors. It will come at 11,000. Stock will come at 16. There is a change in the value of the stock, and building and machinery has remained unchanged. Fine. So total comes out to 86,000. And if you post the value of creditors, there was no change in the value of creditors. General reserve, as you can see, general reserve has been distributed. It will not be appearing in the new balance sheet. Workmen compensation reserve, it will appear workmen compensation claim. Don't forget to change the name. Don't write workmen compensation reserve. Fine. It has to be workmen compensation claim. Now the nature has changed. Reserve has been converted into a liability. And now the capital account balances, X and Y's capital has not changed. We have found out how much Z was supposed to bring. He has brought in cash, and our balance sheet total assets is equal to liabilities. Rest the things are same. The only point was how to find out the cash to be brought in by the new partner. Cash to be brought in by the new partner. And this is the simplest adjustment. Those who have done, they can read question number 86. Yes. Now, this is the last capital adjustment of this chapter. See, you are given, wait a minute, is the balance sheet of Abhay and Vinay. Fine. Bank, debtors, provision for doubtful debt, stock, plant and machinery, goodwill, and profit and loss account. This is the goodwill appearing in the balance sheet. You have to be careful. This has to be written off in which ratio? Goodwill appearing in the balance sheet. Answer me quickly. Has to be written off in which ratio? Old profit sharing ratio, sacrificing ratio, or new profit sharing ratio? Goodwill appearing in the balance sheet is to be distributed in which profit sharing ratio? Good. Yes, good. Yes, Harshit, Palak, very good. And who answered? Kuna, Lakshit, good yes, quick answers. So this goodwill and profit and loss has to be distributed in old profit sharing ratio. Do mark this. Children, just forget to distribute these things. Fine. Fine, to just mark it while you're reading the question. Employees Provident Fund will be distributed in which ratio? Employees Provident Fund and Workmen Compensation Fund will be distributed in which ratio? Yes. Employees Provident Fund. Yes. This is what I was expecting the answer. Yes, good. Tushar and Lakshit, very good. EPF is not to be distributed. I was wrong. EPF is not to be distributed. It is an outside liability. Workmen Compensation Fund will be distributed. We have to be careful while distributing the workmen. We have to be just a little careful while distributing the Workmen Compensation Fund, whether there is a liability or not. Fine. Now, bad debt. C is admitted, Chitra is admitted as a partner for 1/4 share in the profits of the firm. It was declared that bad debts amounted to 1,500. So what will be the journal entries for bad debts? What will be the journal entry for bad debts? You can be asked the journal entries as well. Journal entries for bad debts. I want the journal entries, 2 journal entries for bad debts. There's a provision for 1000 and my bad debts are 1500. I want 2 journal entries, not one. If you remember only one journal entry, there are chances that you might commit a mistake in the paper. Yes, very good. I think it's Harshit. Harshit, good. No, the second entry is not correct, Harshit. Just check the second entry. Aman, first entry is correct. I want the second entry also. She has, I think, Kushi account is correct, but I want the entries also to be correct. You should give, if in case you are asked the entries, then your entries should also be correct. Yes, Aman has given both the entries correct. Yes, good. Very good. The first entry is correct. It's to debtors. It will be 1500. Second entry, it will be written off from provision for doubtful debts 1000, 500 written off for revaluation account. So my second entry will be for doubtful debts, revaluation account debited to bad debts. Fine. Now the stock worth rupees 8,000 was taken over by Abhay and Binay at book value in their profit sharing ratio. So out of the stock of rupees 10,000, 8,000 has been taken by Abhay and Binay. So we have to be careful while making the capital account that we are posting the asset taken over, but there is no change in the value. The remaining stock was valued at 2,500. That means the remaining stock of 2,000 has been valued at 2,500. So there is an increase in the value by 5,000. Plant and machinery and goodwill were valued at 32,000 and 20,000. Plant and machinery has been valued at 32,000. That means there is a decrease in the value of plant and machinery by, I think, it will be 28,000, and goodwill was valued at 20,000. Here you have to be careful. This is the goodwill of the firm, and Chitra is admitted for 1/4 shares. So she is going to bring, Chitra brought her share of goodwill in cash. So how much she is going to bring? 5,000. Chitra will bring proportionate capital. Now see this adjustment. This is a combination of case 1 and 2. We are not given Chitra's capital, and we have to find out the cash brought in by Chitra, and we also have to adjust the capital of Abhay and Binay. That is, our old partners will be adjusted in their profit sharing ratio by bringing in or paying off cash, as the case may be. If our capital is more, we have to, the old partner will withdraw the cash. If the capital is less, he will bring in more cash. Fine. As you can see, this is a board exam question. So let us see the solution. Revaluation account, we discussed. Bad debts of 1,500, 1,000 will be written off from provision. Fine. And stock has increased by 500. Stock has increased by 500. And there is a decrease in the value of plant and machinery by 28,000. There is a decrease in the value by 28,000. So there is a loss. Easy to calculate. 500 has been cancelled. So as we can see, there is a loss of 28,000, which has been distributed. Yes, in which ratio it is to be distributed between Abhay and Binay? I want the ratio. Their old profit sharing ratio is not given. Yes, correct. Old profit sharing ratio. Answer is correct. Old profit sharing ratio, but it is not given. Then in which ratio it is to be distributed? It is to be distributed Yes, very good. It is to be distributed equally. In the absence of partnership deed, this has to be distributed equally. Very good. That means the concepts, you're able to recall the concepts that are not repeated again and again. So this is simple. Revaluation account is quite simple. Now, in a 8-marker question, if you make a correct revaluation account, so around 2.5 to 3 marks are confirmed. Fine. Balance brought down. Abhay at 30,000. Now we will distribute first the reserves or the losses appearing in the balance sheet. WCR, there was no workman compensation claim, so I will distribute the whole reserve amongst the partners. That has been distributed in old profit sharing ratio, that is equal. Premium for goodwill. Premium for goodwill will be distributed also in which ratio? Yes, premium for goodwill will be distributed in sacrificing ratio, and sacrificing ratio is also old ratio here. This is our first case. When new partners share is given, fine, this has been 2500, 2500. Then profit and loss account. This is the profit and loss account given on the asset side of the balance sheet. This has also been distributed in the old ratio. Then the goodwill appearing in the balance sheet has also been distributed in old profit sharing ratio. And this is the revaluation account loss. Fine. Now, the stock was taken over by partners. 8,000 stock was taken over by partners. So this also has to be 4,000 each. Don't forget, the children forget to post the asset or a liability taken over by the partner. They transfer all the reserves, all the losses, all the whether revaluation account profit or loss. This is the one thing that can be forgotten to be posted. The stock was taken over by Abhay and Binay in their profit sharing ratio. So that was equal 4,000 and 4,000. Now we will find out the balance carried down. Now this is my balance carried down. Now I have to do the capital. Fine. I have transferred all the reserves, all the losses I have written off, revaluation account profit transferred, stock asset taken over by the partner has also been transferred. Now these balances are my adjusted capital balances, 39,500 and 14,500. Now I have to make the capital adjustment. Fine. So capital adjustment I'm making in the second part of the capital account. He has to bring, new partner has to, Chitra has to bring proportionate capital, and the capital of Abhay and Binay also has to be adjusted. That means the capital of all the partners to be in new profit sharing ratio. Fine. So let's have a look at the 39,500 and 14,500 is the adjusted capital. So this is 50, this comes out to be 54,000. As Chitra was admitted for 1/4 share, that means for 3/4 share, the firm's capital, for 3/4 of the firm's capital is equal to 54,000. This capital is for the 3/4 share. So firm's capital is equal to 54,000 into 4 by 3, which is equal to 72,000. And if we divide this 72,000 in new profit sharing ratio, this comes out to be 27, 27 and 18. That means now I know that 18,000 is to be the cash brought in by the new partner, and capital of Abhay and Binay, it's Abha and Binay to be 27 and 27. So I have to make adjustment in the capital accounts of Abha and Binay. And also now I know how much cash Chitra is supposed to bring. How much cash Chitra is supposed to bring. I hope it's clear. We have calculated the total capital of the firm and then divided the total capital of the firm in new profit sharing ratio. Fine. New profit sharing ratio, you can calculate it. That will be 1 minus 1/4 will be distributed equally. You can calculate. I'm giving you time. Calculate the new profit sharing ratio. Calculate the new profit sharing ratio. 1 minus 1/4. That means the remaining 3/4 will be distributed equally amongst Abha and Binay. And the new profit sharing ratio will come out to be 3:3:2. Fine. So the balance carried down should be how much? 27, 27 and 18. Based on our working note, our balance carried down should be 27, 27 and 18,000. Chitra will bring 18,000. Abha's capital balance was 39,500. So she will withdraw the remaining amount. And Binay's capital account was less. So he will introduce cash to make his capital equal to 27,000. So cash, 12,500 cash will be withdrawn by Abha and Binay will introduce 12,500 cash and Chitra will bring 18,000 cash. So this is how the last capital adjustment case will be done. We have to find out the cash brought in by the new partner and we also have to find out we also have to make the capital of the partners in new profit sharing ratio. That is 27, 27 and 18. We have made this a new profit sharing ratio. And the adjustment has been done by introducing or withdrawing cash. So balance sheet, it should be bank account. I have not added and subtracted 12,500 was brought in by one partner and 12,500 was withdrawn by another partner. So I have not shown that. I have just added capital and the goodwill, premium for goodwill amount. That comes out to 38,000. Yes. Now my question again, where there's a possibility that you can create a mistake, you can commit a mistake. Debtors will appear at which value in the balance sheet? Just tell me the value of the debtors. Debtors to appear at which value in the opening balance sheet of the new firm? I want you to give the value of the debtors. Yes, 19,500 is not the answer. It is, how come 22,000? No, 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 no. It's not 19,000. It's not 22,000. Check your answers. 20,500 is the correct answer. 20,500. Debtors were 22,000, 1,500 bad debts. So my debtors have reduced by 1,500 and provision has been utilized for writing off bad debts. So provision will not be appearing in the new balance sheet. Stock will appear at 2,500. 8,000 stock has been taken by the partners and the remaining 2,000 stock has been revalued. Plant and machinery, 32,000. Goodwill will not appear in the balance sheet. Profit and loss account will not appear in the new balance sheet. Creditors, there is no change in the value of creditors. EPF will also, Employees Provident Fund will also remain as it is. Workman compensation reserve will not appear, and partners capital account will appear in the new profit sharing ratio. After adjustment, their capital account balance was 27, 27 and 18. So my capital balance sheet is equal to fine. I hope these are the capital adjustment cases. So you have to practice capital adjustment every time you revise these chapters. Just go through these four capital adjustment cases. You can do at least one, just one question of each case, so that it is clear, the difference is clear, and you know that any type of capital adjustment can be asked. Yes, children, that's all in the chapter admission. And tomorrow I'll be taking up change in profit sharing ratio amongst the existing partners. And for those who have finished off with this chapter, those who have learned the concepts of admission, so that chapter is quite easy. Once we have done the chapter admission, that chapter is very easy. The same concepts are going to be applied there, except a few difference here, and just a very little difference in one or two accounting treatment. Rest it is same. Fine. So today I'm going to give you the guidelines regarding the project work. Now our accountancy project work is of 20 marks, and the bifurcation for that 20 marks is for the file that you're going to make will be assessed for 4 marks, and there will be a viva for 4 marks, and for 12 marks there will be a written test on the date of your practical examination. There will be a written test from the chapter ratio analysis and cash flow statement for 1 hour. Fine. What type of questions that will be asked, that we will discuss later when we have done the third book. These chapters are from the third book, analysis of financial statements. Now these are the guidelines I'm giving you as per the guidelines given by the CBSE till date. If there is any change later on, I'll let you know. There is not much work to be done in accountancy project till now, because maximum portion is from the third book. Fine. So in the file work we have to do three things. One is comprehensive project. Fine. This you have done in class 11th as well. You had drafted a comprehensive problem and made the journal, ledger and trial balance, but you did till the journal, ledger and trial balance. But now you will be completing the whole accounting process. You will be doing the closing entries, adjustment entries, and then making the financial statements and doing the ratio analysis. But ratio analysis portion you will be doing once we have started with the third book, then only you will be able to do the ratio analysis. But you can do this part, you can do the comprehensive project till the preparation of financial statements. And then we have in the file work, we have specific project 1, where we have to analyze the segment report of a company. Fine. And then specific project 2, that is a cash flow analysis. We are not talking about these projects right now, because these are all related to book 3. Once we have a part of the comprehensive project, that is ratio analysis, and the specific project 1 and specific project 2 is based on third book. This written test is based on third book. Fine. So this we will be doing once we are through with our third book. You can complete this comprehensive project during the vacations, so that a major part is done. Fine. These are the pages that you can prepare for your accountancy project file. First is cover page. You will write accountancy project. Some children write down accounts or accounting. That is incorrect. There is a difference between accounts and accountancy and accounting. So this is, the subject is accountancy. Fine. So the examiner is not going to just confuse you on the cover page, on the basis of your cover page itself, why it is accounts or accounting. Fine. So it has to be accountancy project, and write your name and leave the space for CBSE rule number. Fine. Then you have to make the acknowledgement and certificate. You can find it in any of the books where the sample projects are given. Acknowledgement, certificate, then index. Then you have to write down the meaning and importance of project work. This is given in the book where the sample projects are given, or I will forward it to you as well. And then you have to do the comprehensive project. In the comprehensive project, you have to draft the comprehensive problem. Please, children, don't copy the comprehensive problem from the book as it is or from the internet. There are certain things which will not be included in those projects, and you will not be able to do the proper analysis which is required from you in this. Fine. So you have to draft the comprehensive problem. You can read one or two comprehensive problem, and on that basis you can draft your own comprehensive problem. And then you have to pass the journal, ledger. You have to prepare the trial balance. These four steps you have done in class 11th also. You have done the comprehensive problem. If your comprehensive problem was correct, it has been checked and it was correct, you can use that comprehensive problem itself. Fine. But look at the presentation part, the technicalities of the journal and ledger. As you will be appearing for the board exam, there should not be any mistake in the preparation of journal, ledger, or trial balance. And then you have to pass the adjustment entries and closing entries. Now, in class 11th, you might not have taken adjustments in the comprehensive problem because till that point we have not finished the adjustments. But now you will have to take 3 or 4 adjustments, which we have done in the chapter financial statements. That can be of closing stock, that can be of an outstanding expense, prepaid, bad debts, provision for bad debts. That can be any adjustments, but don't take too many adjustments. Take simple, hardly 3 or 5, maximum 5 adjustments. Just take maximum. We don't have to make the project lengthy, and we don't have to give the examiner so many things to make us confuse and ask from us. And then last, we have to prepare the financial statements, that is trading and P&L and balance sheet. And then we have to do the ratio analysis of this comprehensive project. This we will do later. The ones I have written in blue, specific problem 1, and the ratio analysis of the comprehensive project, this will be done later. So now you have to do till the financial statements of the comprehensive projects. Prepare all these pages, cover page, acknowledgement certificate, prepare all these pages well, and write down the meaning and importance of project work, and complete your comprehensive project till the financial preparation of financial statements. You can note down all these things, and then I'll also show you a sample project and what all the things that you have to keep in mind while making the comprehensive problem. Draft a comprehensive problem. If you want, you can draft a comprehensive problem, mail it to me. I'll check the comprehensive problem. If any changes to be made, I'll let you know the changes that you can make in your comprehensive problem. Fine. So this is the work from cover page till the financial statements. So it's hardly a matter of 20-25 pages that you have to do. And you don't have to decorate and do artwork for the accountancy projects. Just make it simple. Use light colored sheets so that the matter you write is visible. Just make the formats clearly. Fine. So you're comprehensive. Comprehensive means the whole accounting process, from the collection of data to the analysis. Comprehensive project is basically being given to you to understand the whole accounting process. The definition of accounting that you use to learn accounting is the art of recording, classifying, summarizing. So this is what you are going to do in the comprehensive project. Fine. So comprehensive problem, children, again repeating, if you copy it from the book or the internet, that will be quite visible. Just the moment the examiner will open your file, it will be quite visible that you have copied it, and you will not be able to answer the questions asked from the things which you have copied. So I'm requesting all of you to draft a comprehensive problem of your own, and it should be preferably of a sole proprietorship firm avoid taking, I'm not saying that you cannot take a partnership firm. Since you have learned preparation of P&L appropriation account now, you can take a partnership firm, but uh, sole proprietorship firm is always preferred. Fine, it can be a trading. Don't take a service some firm which is providing services, because in that case, don't take a chartered accountant firm or a lawyer firm, because they are providing for services. They are getting the fees, and they don't they there will be no closing stock. There will be no debtors in that case. Fine, because there all the transactions are on cash basis. So it has to be a trading or a manufacturing concern, and source of finance can be capital and loan from the bank. You have to take the element loan as a source of finance. Loan, it can be loan from a friend as well, or a loan from parents, or loan from some relative, it can be, but loan element should be there. These are the things I'm telling you, because if you incorporate these things, then you will be able to do the ratio analysis. You'll be able to calculate all the ratios. If you're not incorporating all these things in your comprehensive problem, you will not be able to calculate all the ratios. Fine, at this point you must be thinking, why is it necessary that I have to add the loan element? It can be only capital also. I'm starting the business with my own capital, but we have to add the loan to find out some ratios in the to do the ratio analysis. Fine, items to be included in the comprehensive problem. The ones, there should be debtors and creditors. There should be an item of take any outstanding or any prepaid expense. There can be a salary outstanding or a prepaid expense. Fine, closing stock. Fine, and take only 4 or 5 adjustments, not more than that. Now, the one more thing that generally the children asked is GST. GST you can include in your comprehensive problem, but it is not compulsory. CBSE has not made it compulsory to add GST. Though you have learned, you can incorporate GST in your comprehensive problem, as you have learned the GST entries in your class 11th. So GST can be incorporated. So keep these points in mind while drafting a comprehensive problem and while making a comprehensive problem. Next thing, journal. While making the journal, please make sure, don't decorate your sheets. Just make the formats very clearly and properly. Proper format, total carried forward and total brought forward. These are the concepts of class 11 that I'm just recalling. Carried forward and brought forward, write it on every page, and date to be written properly. You have been told how to write down the dates. Fine. And the ledger has to be written again in proper format, and closing of the accounts to be done properly. Not all the accounts will be balance carried down or brought down. It will be only assets, liabilities, and capital will be balance carried down and brought down. All your expenses and income account will be transferred to trading and P&L. And for these expenses and incomes, you will be passing the closing entries as well. And the adjustments that you are taking of closing stock, outstanding expense, prepaid expense, you will be passing the adjustment entries. And then financial statements, trading and P&L, and balance sheet. I'm just showing you a sample project. Now, this is the cover page. Fine. She's written that you can write your name, class, and then acknowledgement, certificate, and then index. Fine. This is your comprehensive problem. I think comprehensive problem should not be an issue. This you have done in class 11th. This is the comprehensive problem drafted. This is basically the collection of data. Fine. This child has taken 6 to 7. I will just request you to take not more than 5 adjustments. Just make it simple. Fine. Journalize. You have to prepare the financial statements. First, journal. See, every page total carried forward. It is not carried down, it is carried forward. Total has to be carried forward, brought forward, make the format, make the column for the ledger folio. Though we are not using it, but do make it. Write down how the dates have see how the dates have been written. Fine. After journal, you have to prepare the ledger accounts. See, assets account have been balanced. They have she has written balance carried down and brought down. We can see some expense account for all assets and liabilities. Sales account. Sales is your revenue. It's your income. Here we have written trading and P&L account because it has been transferred to. It is to be transferred to trading account. Fine. Salaries again an expense. It has been transferred to trading and P&L. Don't write balance carried down and brought down in expenses and revenues account. Because these are the things you will be asked in the Viva. You can be asked why you have written balance carried down here. Fine. Why you have not done the closing of, why haven't you done the proper closing of these ledger accounts? So you should know the whole accounting process, all the technicalities involved. So after the ledger account, so trial balance. Trial balance, there are also various ways of making the trial balance, but you're going to make the trial balance by balance method, not the total method. Fine. And then you will pass the adjustment. Whatever adjustments you have taken in the comprehensive problem, you're going to pass the adjustment entries. And then at last, you're going to pass the closing entries, the items you're transferring to trading or P&L account. Then at the last, you're going to prepare trading and P&L and balance sheet. The ratio analysis part we will do later. The ratio analysis part we will do once we have started with the third book. Once we are done with the third book, then we will do the ratio analysis. Fine. So those who want to check, those who want to get the comprehensive problem check, draft your comprehensive problem and mail it to me. And the chapter admission is over, children. All the capital adjustment cases and all the accounting treatments in the chapter admission has been discussed. Tomorrow, I'll be discussing an overview of the chapter change in profit sharing ratio amongst the existing partners. Yes, that's all for today. Have a good day and stay at home, stay safe, children.